At Jared, we have a brilliant selection of beautifully crafted diamond engagement rings and certified loose diamonds so that you can find the perfect one for your one and only. Best selection, best prices. Enjoy the Jared difference today. Jared, love brilliantly.
Here with farmers who grow only the best. And that level of teamwork means better, fresher options time and time again. Working with farmers is what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And now you'll find more ways to save on your favorites. When you download digital coupons, you can use up to 5 times in one transaction. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
WQEE 99.1 FM Noonan, WBRQ LaGrange, WZV 90.5 FM Lineville, JC Sports Networks. It's now time for Tea Talks with your host, Margie Conway, in association with Connecting Hearts Network, connecting hearts of women to resources, inspiration, and one another. Sponsored by Pia Payne and Contour Mortgage, Warrior Defenders, Happy Life Nutrition, Killingsworth Realtor, and Family Patterns Matter. Now here's your host of Tea Talk, Margie Conway.
I am Margie Conway from Creative Heart Studios, and this is Tea Talks. Tonight I am talking with Holly Reese, who is our local Warrior Defender. You've heard us talk several times before about women's safety, and we just felt that it was a good weekend to come on and reiterate how careful you need to be and how to look out for yourself when you're out and about shopping, because over the next week is the busiest shopping time of the entire year. There will be crowds everywhere. Everybody's going to be in a rush to get what they want, and we want to keep you safe so you can enjoy your holidays with your family. So here we are with Holly. Hi, Holly.
Hey, Margie. Glad to be back, as always.
We have a good time when we talk, and we were talking about if we could bring other people in with us, but nobody's schedule would work, and we figured we can talk enough for everybody else, too.
And this is such an important topic that we really need to cover it for this weekend, especially for safe shopping. It's so important right now.
I agree with that. We have Black Friday coming up, and with all of the chaos that brings out in public, I don't go out Black Friday shopping because I don't need anything that bad. And when I used to go with my husband and his mother because they loved it, I would sit in the car with my coffee and my book after I went in for like 2 minutes and walked back out.
I love the Black Friday shopping, but online. But another thing that happens this time of year is shopping at the grocery stores.
Right.
And we are so chaotic planning the menus and making sure whoever has food allergies gets what they need. And then families coming in town and the phone's ringing off the hook. And we live in a distracted world on a normal basis. But this time of year, it is more distractions. And the bad guys are looking for the ones who are easy targets who are not paying attention.
Absolutely. And I'm really bad about forgetting what I know and walking out on my phone or with my so that I'm not paying attention.
And I see that a lot.
Yeah.
And when there's so many things that we can discuss, but having your hands and your mind clear is important.
So we should just skip this weekend all the way through Christmas and start over in January, right?
January is holding a lot of new fun things I'm sure we'll be talking about.
Oh, yeah, we will. But, we did our earlier Connecting Hearts this week, we did talking about coping with holiday stress, and it's a stressful time of year, so there are things that distract us.
Yes, all the time. And
absolutely.
There's so many safety things that you can do to help make yourself a hard target and not an easy target, and to keep you and your kids safe when you're shopping as well.
Right. So let's go into some of that. If I'm out at Black Friday shopping, what are some of the number one things that I should do?
Well, make sure that you have your cards secured and an RFID wallet,
right,
so that they cannot be scanned. Make sure that you know that your phone is locked. So your phone, if you're doing the Google Pay or Apple Pay, so that people can't scan your pay as well.
Right.
And make sure that your purse or important items are close to your side. Make sure your kids are close to your side. When you're going to and from your car, have your situational awareness on. if somebody calls you and says, hey, I need to talk about, tell them, I'll call you right back. I'm going to my car, or I'll call you right back when I get to a safe location. If you're in the store, don't stay on the phone and shop, because if you put your purse down, especially in the grocery store, in the buggy, they're going to see it, and they can just walk by and grab whatever they want. And I don't know how many times people say that they can do talking on the phone and pay attention.
I can't.
When you're dealing with family, you can't talk on the phone and pay attention to everything else that's going on. You have to stop, gather your things. If you're in the grocery store and need to take that call, stop walking. Stand in front of your buggy where your purse is and have your phone on your ear or your earbuds, but pay attention to your surroundings and have your back where you can make sure nobody sneaks up on you.
And see, she's saying this, and if you could see me, you would see me sitting here kind of chewing on my lip, because I'm really bad about most of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be falling and crushing bones and stuff if I was watching where I was going.
And that's just in the grocery store.
Right.
When you're walking through the parking lot, a lot of people can't remember where they've parked their car.
Right.
If you're on your phone or looking for your car, the bad guy can tell you're lost. And as soon as you find your car, you're targeted.
Right.
So, and I've seen some people, and I've watched them, and I was able to drive right up behind them, and they'd say, hey, and I'm like, I've been watching you for 5 minutes, you've lost your car. And I'm not being the bad guy.
Right.
But that put them in a dangerous situation. And those earbuds, please don't put your earbuds in both ears.
Listen to your surroundings. It's very important.
I know how nice it is not to hear all the chaos during the shopping because it's loud, but try not to. You need to pay attention to what people are saying around you.
Right. That's very important. Just to show you guys that I do look up stuff and study before I do some of these. Today, when I was looking up, it was talking about when you're shopping, from a credit standpoint, to be safe that way, to kind of limit your spending to 1 or 2 cards, so that way that's all you have to track through the holidays, so people can't get a hold of that. So leave the rest of them at home unless you're going to need them, and take those 2, and then that way you can monitor what you're doing, so you can be more aware of if somebody's trying to steal your identity and your card numbers.
And make sure that you have a plan. Like
right.
If you're going to certain stores one day or certain stores the next day, if you shop with intent and not wander, it makes your shopping safer because you have a plan and you know where you're going and you don't look lost. So always make a plan.
I'm forever lost because I get on a squirrel chase and I'll go look at something different that hits my mind while I'm there.
It's not the easiest thing to do.
I will tell you that I did do one thing that was safe this week that my husband actually noticed, and he thought he was calling me on an unsafe thing, because I'm forever carrying my purse on my shoulder or lagging somewhere with it unzipped and easy prey for whatever. And so knowing that this season was coming up and to be more safe myself, I have my little wallet that is RFID, and I have my crossbody latch on it. And so when I go into a store, I'm not carrying the big pocketbook. I'm not worrying about it. I'm only carrying the necessities, and I'm wearing it on my body so I don't have to forget where I lay it, because yes, people, I will forget where I lay it, and that way I can watch what I'm doing and I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and a crossbody is a great thing, especially in grocery stores and in shopping malls, because you can't lay it down by accident.
Right.
Also, make sure that you don't lay your phone down by accident somewhere, because that has so much information on it now that if you have the opportunity or need to, get one of those phone cases that you can wear. If you don't want to carry a lot with you, I personally just downsized my purse today, because you also don't want to leave items in the car.
Right.
So if you're doing like in the shopping mall and you go to your car and you drop bags, and then you're going back in to do more shopping and you drop bags, they're watching you do this. Even if you hide the bags, they're still watching you do this. So try to move your car, act like you're driving away, get to another parking space, then go back in if you need to. Always remember, if you think you might be being watched, you probably are being watched.
Right.
And you don't want to have the things that you just bought, stolen, and then compromised the holiday season by having to fill out police reports and getting windows repaired on top of everything else.
That's true, and it's like I was talking with my daughter. She loves to shop. She loves to. She's in is not the best areas. She comes out in with a big purse, on her phone, dressed nice, and gets in an expensive car. And her car doesn't secure well because it's a Jeep. And so, I'm on her about watching out for safety and watching out for that, because it's gotten, just in our area, which used to be safe, that you cannot park in the gas station and leave your passenger door open because someone will slide in and try to take your car that way.
And actually, a lot of, in my classes, we do parking lot safety classes and shopping safety. And some of the things that, when it comes to gas stations, everything around you is a reflective surface. So if you are looking at your window, look through your window.
Right.
If you are filling up the gas and the meter has glass on it, look behind you in that reflection. The reason they say that we can have eyes in the back of our head is because we can if we take advantage of our surroundings. So a situational awareness, make sure that you're always looking behind you.
Right.
When you go to those podiums where the guy behind the gas station, you ring out, there's glass right there. Look behind you.
Yeah.
That way you know what you're going to turn and walk into, and then make sure that it's not somebody that has a bad intention.
All right, now, I was reading, and I'm going to let you tell us because you're better at that, about how to try to guess if somebody has a bad intention when they're approaching you. Because, this time of year, we not only have to watch when we're coming out because of our shopping and watch our identity theft and stuff, but there's lots of people coming around asking us for help. How do you treat those situations?
Well, a lot of the times if they're asking for food or things like that, if I'm coming out of the grocery store, I tell them you can take whatever you want out of my buggy, whatever you think you can eat. And I don't have a problem with that, but I won't give money away to people. I will bring them out at the grocery store. But if somebody's asking you for something, they might just be using it as a ploy.
Right.
So you always have to then there's different levels of awareness. So if you're being asked and approached and you have a gut feeling that this person is just giving you the weebie-jeebies and you can't deal with it, put your red zone on and make sure you know where their hands are. Watch to see if they're shifting their weight back and forth. See if they're acting nervous. Are their hands in their hoodie? Are they making eye contact? Are they looking around to see who's aware? Make sure if you feel uncomfortable, go and talk to somebody else. Walk away from the situation. Put a car between you and that person. Put a buggy between you and that person. That way you're safe in case they want something more than just food or money.
And that's one thing, we are going to do a special in January for human trafficking, on trafficking, but we do want to bring up that this time of year is a huge time of year for people to be taken. And part of that is because we are so busy and we don't pay attention and there's so much of a crowd around. So, take those tips that she just gave you to watch out for yourself, but watch out for your children and keep them close by and at hands and teach them how to be aware and to watch out.
Yes, they need to know how important it is to stay close to the parents. And I know a lot of the children don't want to hold the hands, but that's fine. If you're at the grocery store, hold on to a buggy. If you're in a store that has buggies, even Kohl's or somewhere like that, have them hold on to the buggy. Make sure they know where they are. Make sure they know to yell loudly if they feel like there's a creepy person next to them, and to never go anywhere without knowing where they are. It's imperative to have eyes on our kids. That's why we cannot be distracted with phones and lists and groceries and all that. Give your children an assignment of keeping track of what's in the buggy so that they stay next to the buggy. And if they make sure that they've got everything on the list when you get to the checkout, then they get like a special prize.
That's a good idea.
And that gives them to stay close to you. Because if you put something in the buggy and they missed it, they lost their prize.
Right, that's a good idea. I like that. I wish I thought about that a long time ago. It's our goal is to work to make you safe, and to, when you're out shopping and you're watching these things, sometimes we're getting in a good holiday mood and we think nothing will happen to us. And that's part of, we let our guard down. And when we let our guard down is when things happen to us. So you need to always be aware of where you're at and what you're doing. You need to not let people know when you're going to be at home and when you're not going to be at home, because that makes your house a target, and we don't want our houses to be targets. We want to watch out for our houses. So that's one thing that you don't let people know, so that they can't run in when you're not there.
And another thing is not posting when you're out of town.
Right.
On social media. Make sure that you don't post where you are, and then people know you're not there. Try to keep that circle very close. Make sure that your neighbors can watch your house for you.
Yeah.
I have posts on my Warrior Defenders. We talk about making your house a hard target, especially during the holidays. I'll be sharing more things about how to do that, but making sure that if you feel like you're being followed home, don't go home.
Right.
Make sure your car has over a half a tank of gas at all times, so that if you need to go somewhere in an emergency, like back into town to the sheriff's office, you have enough gas to do that.
That's another one I'm bad at, folks, is I will be running on empty to get to the gas station, and that's never a good thing to do.
No, it's dangerous, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have to drive all the way back into town, if you feel in the slightest inkling that you're being followed, don't use your turn signal to turn right or left, and just keep going past your road. If they keep following you, get on 911, tell them you're coming to the sheriff's office, and even if they stop following you after that point, you were safe. Right. It is better to be prepared than scared, and being prepared is not paranoid, especially this time of year.
That is true. That is very true.
The statistics on home invasions this time of year goes up.
Right.
And that's because they know there's a lot of really expensive valuables being gathered for the holidays. Make sure that your garages are locked. When you're unloading your vehicles at home, be aware of your surroundings. They're watching your homes. You're unloading the cars. They're going to see what you're taking out of the car. So make sure you're looking around, even at home. And it's awful that we have to think about our home should be our safe place, but we need to be aware of what's in our yard and our surroundings. And I'm just going to say this now for safe shopping. When you get something that's big and expensive, please do not put it out on the sidewalk so that you can tell everybody what you got. And I know we hear that every year, but I also see it every year. So just try to break that box down.
I think you just read my mind on that one, because that's exactly what I was thinking I was going to say next is I know this is jumping to after the holidays, right. but make sure you don't advertise what's in your home by putting the boxes out on the side like that. It
just takes a few minutes and a good pair of scissors or a box cutter to chop it up and put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Or take it the next day to the recycling center, however you'd like to do it. But make sure that people know that what you didn't get for the holidays. Right. And it's so important. I want everybody to have a wonderful end of the new year.
Right.
And start the new year off without anybody missing or anybody hurt. And I always am teaching the self-defense classes, and in those self-defense classes at this time of year, I do address safe shopping, how to defend yourself from your vehicle. It's also on my YouTube channel. And there's so many things that I can show people how to do, but if you can't come to a class, they're on there. And preventing abduction is one of the biggest videos that I have on there about how not to get shoved in your vehicle. And I recommend that everybody try to go to the Warrior Defenders on YouTube and look at how not to be abducted, because people can be shoved into their car and they can be taken away if they don't know how to prevent from being shoved in the car. So, and that goes, and the number one thing for safety and self-defense is situational awareness. Don't let anybody get close enough to touch you. And the only way to do that is to keep your scan going.
Right.
And if you're in a crowd and you feel like somebody is following you, turn around, act like you forgot something, look them in the eye, and keep going. Go back into the store. 5 minutes to save yourself or your family is worth it. I know we're in a hurry all the time, but if you take just 5 minutes to let the creepy man go away,
And there are creepy men all over the place. We were talking earlier about somebody downtown Noonan that got groped. We've had situations, all kinds of them, of carjackings and other things going on around town. So even in our town, which is not huge, it's something that you have to watch out for.
And because of everything that's going on with people being so short, things can explode very easily.
Yes.
And so watching your surroundings also helps you be aware of a situation that you might not be involved in,
Right.
but could be happening in the shopping area that you're in. And that gives you an opportunity to seek a safe location and not get involved in it. Or there was a situation one time when I was at the gas station and the person was yelling at the person behind the bulletproof glass. Of course, they can't do anything to them.
Right.
But I waited in my car before I went up there, so I didn't have to be involved in whatever the conflict was,
Right.
as a safe observer. And in case there was something that needed to be done, I could help. But they were safe behind the glass, and nobody else went up there, and that keeps them from being involved
Right.
in a situation. So if you're aware of your surroundings, that keeps you from being involved in something you don't want to be involved in.
Absolutely.
Go the other way.
Yeah. And it's, you can sit in your car. I get into my car, I have learned I immediately lock my doors.
That's good.
So that nobody has a chance to slide in. And so that's one thing that I make sure that I do. I'm not good about making sure I have gas in it, but my husband's working on that. One thing kind of annoys me sometimes is my husband saying, "Where are you going? When are you going to be back?" And make sure when you're going out over the holidays, somebody knows where you're going and when to expect you back, so they can reach you if they need to, so that they know that you're all right. And if you don't show up, they know to look for something that's going on.
Yes, and it's important to lock your car,
Right.
like you said. And also another thing is, if you're sitting in your car on your phone, that is not a time for your head to be down and not
Right.
looking at your surroundings. Cars have mirrors everywhere, so if you are going to get in your car and sit in your phone, I suggest you drive around the parking lot, find another place to sit. Then, when you're on your phone, keep your head up.
Right.
Keep your head up, talking to or texting or checking your messages. Because if you have your head down, it's just like you're walking that way. And in the parking lot, you need to be aware, because they can come up from behind you on either side, break a window, and get in.
And so what we're basically saying when we talk about your telephone, guys, is during this holiday season, leave your entertainment at home in the safety of your house to do it on your phone. Leave your social life at home in the safety of your house while you're doing it. Don't be on your phone unless it's necessary. To make contact with who you're meeting with, to contact somebody if they're missing, to let your loved ones know where you are. In my husband's case, checking to make sure I've got all the coupons that were used and stuff. But some of the things to summarize is we've talked about when you're shopping and you're making plans to do that, have a plan of what you're going for and where you're going, so you're not wandering aimlessly and end up in places that you don't need to be. Tie it down to 1 or 2 cards so you don't have as much that you have to monitor, so that way you can pay attention to it. There's not more to disappear, and there's not more to watch for identity theft or anything like that. And what other things do we want to summarize with?
The RFID, make
Right.
sure your purse is close to you, make sure your cell phone is attached to you somewhere, make sure you have your keys in your hand when you're walking
Yes.
in and out of the stores, have your bags and have at least one hand free with all your bags. Make sure you watch your situational awareness around you. Have your children have a project to keep track of what you're putting in the buggy, so that they can be a part of your shopping and not wandering off and bored. Use your reflective surfaces all around you.
That's a big one.
It is giving you extra set of eyes.
Yeah.
And make sure that if you do have to take a phone call, that you can stop what you're doing. 5-10 minutes, make it quick. Stop what you're doing in the store. Find a place where you can have your back somewhere. Make sure you have eyes on your kids and your purse. Take the phone call, say, "I'm really busy. What can I help you with? I'll call you later if I need to," and then move on. Your family needs to know you're just trying to keep everybody safe, including yourself. And
Right.
let's keep everybody safe this holiday season.
Yeah, that's a big one, because we can't celebrate if you're not with us. We will be missing you dreadfully, and so will your family. So we want to make sure that you are safe and your kids are safe. and that you're doing the best you can to enjoy your time together, not to be worried about things that you should have or could have done. Because anytime anything major happens, we all go to would have few of those, and let you enjoy your holiday season as you go. All right, we got just a minute. Tell us, you've got classes coming up. Tell us where they can find you and what to do, how to find out more.
Yeah, my self-defense classes are for women only. It's warriordefenders.com, and you can find me on that website, and my classes are weekly at True Balance in downtown Noonan on Tuesday evenings at 6. I also have classes at Closet Puller, which is by Texas Roadhouse, once a month. And then I will be having a new location starting in January too. So if you'd like to get on my newsletters, go to warriordefenders.com, and you'll be able to see all the social media websites, links to the YouTube videos we talked about, and get on the newsletters to figure out when all the new classes are going. Also, if you are interested in giving away a gift for safety, that is where you would contact me, because giving a gift of safety and self-defense tools is a great way to show somebody that you love them. So you can also shop on my website there as well for those items. And if you need any help, contact me. I'd love to be your personal safety and self-defense consultant.
And she's really good at what she does. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep bringing her back, and I wouldn't trust her with my family to do so. And that was one thing I was going to say. If you need a good idea for your family, especially those high school and college age girls, they need to have safety classes to know how to protect themselves. And there are all kinds of things that they can buy that will help them do that. And you get trained for what you buy, so you know how to use it. So I highly recommend that if you need a gift idea, that you head in that direction. I want to thank Holly for stepping in and let's doing this to keep our people safe so that we can have a happy holiday.
Always glad to be here to help.
All right, we will talk with you guys later. We appreciate you listening in now. We're going to bring a few more fun things, but we really want to help with, the things that are hard during the holidays, dealing with our families, watching out for our safety. And so those types of things, we want to make sure you're equipped so that you can enjoy yourself. So we appreciate you listening, and we will come back and give you some more hints at another time. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Pina Payne with Contour Mortgage, and we're so excited. We have just moved to this new company, and we are located at 560 Noonan Crossing Bypass in Noonan, next to Art and Jake's. And we have some great products. Our interest rates are better than any other companies, and we also have some great products for the VA. We can do a better deal for you with fees than any other company. We have a lot of different kind of programs.
Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. I'm a certified tactical self-defense instructor, and I specialize in women's self-defense. I teach technical drills for survival skills and education on self-defense tools and how to use them. My journey started in self-defense because I'm a domestic violence survivor. I'm here to empower women, to teach them how to be their own heroes, and to learn today to have a safer tomorrow.
You can find Holly online at www.warriordefenders.com.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Noonan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. Visit our website at www.insurewithellsworth.com or call the office at 770-755-7053 to schedule an appointment. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Find us online at killingsworthrealty.com or call 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
You have been listening to Tea Talks with Margie Conway in association with Connecting Hearts Network, connecting hearts of women to resources, inspiration, and one another. Tune in next week for another episode of Tea Talks.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that...
Experience the Jared difference. The best prices on an amazing selection. Select your diamond gift today from hundreds of styles they're sure to love. Jared. Love brilliantly.
Plato's Closet in Douglasville and Noonan are selling fall styles, and we know your vibe. We have all the fall looks you want for less. You have amazing taste, and we've got the boots, coats, denim, scarves, and other fall pieces you need in your closet. We sell trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, accessories, and more for guys and girls in their teens and 20s. Make a statement this season. Get recycled fall styles at Plato's Closet today. Plato's Closet in Douglasville, off I-20 exit 36, and in Noonan on the Noonan Bypass.